A flash of leather, a body crumbling to the canvas, the silence of a crowd that has just witnessed a human being get switched off. This is the work of Ilia Topuria. You've seen the knockouts, you've seen the devastation. But do you really understand how he does it? This isn't just raw power, and it's definitely not luck. This is a science, a brutal and terrifying application of physics and strategy, refined into a single, fight-ending moment. We're going Topuria's knockout power, a system that has made him the UFC's new two-division king. This is the science behind the violence. Before Ilia Topuria became known for separating men from their consciousness, he was a phenom on the mat. He started Greco-Roman wrestling at just 7 years old, and alongside his brother, became one of the first Georgian jiu-jitsu black belts. His early career was a showcase of suffocating grappling. Many fighters with elite skills on the ground stick to what they know, using their striking just to set up takedowns. But Topuria was different. He didn't just learn to strike, he became obsessed with its science. He evolved from a grappler who could punch into one of the most complete and devastating boxers in all of MMA. This evolution was deliberate, turning his entire body into a finely tuned weapon. And on the 28th of June, 2025, that evolution culminated in him knocking out Charles Oliveira to become the new UFC lightweight champion. To understand his power, we can't just look at the punch that lands. We have to start from the floor. Power isn't born in the fist, it's born from the feet. And no fight demonstrates this better than Topuria's systematic dismantling of Josh Emmett. Emmett is a man known for frightening, one-shot power, yet Topuria stood right in front of him, controlled the cage, and largely neutralized that threat. How? Superior footwork and positioning. Topuria is a master of intelligent pressure. It's a stalking pressure that shrinks the cage and herds his opponents into his kill zones. He uses steady, forward movement, forcing his opponent backward until their back hits the fence and their options evaporate. That's precisely when he wants them to make a decision. Against Emmett, he demonstrated this masterfully. He didn't run from the power, he walked it down, using his jab and footwork to dictate the pace of the fight. Once the opponent is cornered, Topuria transitions to the second layer, the setup. A knockout rarely comes from a single telegraphed blow. It's the culmination of manipulation, conditioning the opponent to expect one thing so you can deliver another. Topuria is a master of this deception. His jab is more than a punch. It's a tool. It's a rangefinder, a distraction, and a weapon to set a rhythm. But it's the feints that truly showcase his fight IQ. He'll feint the jab to draw a reaction, creating an opening for the real jab or a power shot behind it. He uses subtle level changes, threatening takedowns to freeze his opponents. That grappling threat is always in the back of their mind. When an opponent hesitates for even a millisecond, worried about a takedown, their hands might drop, their posture might change, and that's all the invitation Topuria needs. He conditions his opponents to react to patterns. He makes you worry about the jab, then the takedown, then a body shot, all while he's lining up the one punch that will end the night. With the foundation laid and the trap set, we arrive at the terrifying core of Topuria's game, the weapons themselves. This is the horrifying application of the kinetic chain, the principle of generating power from the ground up, transferring force sequentially through the legs, hips, core, and finally, into the fist. The knockout of Alexander Volkanovski is a perfect case study. Topuria backed the champion to the cage, restricting his movement. He'd conditioned Volk to expect certain patterns. When the moment came, Topuria threw a combination ending with a right hand. He took his head off the center line, rotated his hips and shoulders in perfect sequence, and delivered the punch with his entire body's momentum. The force was so immense that Volkanovski, one of the greatest featherweights ever, was unconscious before he hit the ground. But the most chilling display of his power came at UFC 308 against Max Holloway. Holloway, a legend famous for his chin, had never been knocked out in his entire career. In the third round, Topuria landed a crushing overhand right that hurt Holloway, then followed it up along the cage with a devastating left hook that sent him crashing to the canvas. He did what no one else could. Then, to capture his second belt, he knocked out Charles Oliveira with a brutal right-hand-left hook combination in the first round. Whether it's the right hand that finished Jai Herbert or the combinations that put away legends, the mechanics are the same. A perfect transfer of energy from his base, through his core, and into the point of impact. If Topuria's physical skills are the hardware, his mind is the terrifyingly advanced software running the system. Topuria revealed he uses in-depth data analytics to prepare for his fights. This isn't just watching tape. His team compiles statistical charts on everything: how many low kicks an opponent throws, which strikes they favor, and even where in the octagon they feel most comfortable. He explained that they map the octagon into numbered zones and analyze an opponent's history to see where they are most effective. Topuria's strategy then becomes simple and ruthless. He fights to keep his opponent out of those hotspots and forces them into the areas where the data shows they are least comfortable. He even analyzes his own data from his opponent's perspective to identify and shore up weaknesses. It's a cold, calculated approach that gives him supreme confidence, believing that by sticking to the data, victory is almost a statistical certainty. Ilia Topuria's knockout power isn't a simple attribute. It is a multi-layered system, meticulously constructed and ruthlessly applied. It starts with intelligent footwork that corners his prey. It's built upon with deceptive setups that manipulate his opponent's reactions. It culminates in the flawless execution of biomechanics, channeling his entire body into fight-ending blows. And overseeing it all is a data-driven mind that leaves nothing to chance. After conquering the featherweight division and vacating the title, he moved up to lightweight and immediately claimed that belt too. He has combined the raw physicality of a wrestler, the technical precision of a boxer, and the analytical mind of a strategist to become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. His power is not random. It is a repeatable science, a science of violence that has left a trail of legends in its wake. Now that we've broken down the science, who can solve this puzzle? Who do you think has the style and skills to challenge the two-division champ? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you want more deep dives into the science of fighting, make sure to subscribe.